Good morning, liveweatherblogs.com meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with today's tropical update for Saturday, August 21st, 2010. Tropics remain nice and quiet today. I'll show you two main features we'll be watching through the weekend and through the early part of next week. First feature is going to be off the southeast coast here. We're going to have a little trough split action developing. We had the remnants of TD number 5 here coming through Georgia and South Carolina this morning. And we'll have to see what will happen here with this split. Will a piece of this energy lay back in here and then move across the Gulf of Mexico next week and possibly develop? We've seen that try to happen a few times this season. And we'll watch that again early this week for possible tropical development. And then, of course, the second area we're watching, and has been the main focus here for the last now we've been anticipating this probably for the last week, is Invest 95L out here. And you can see it just coming into view here in the wider satellite view. And I'll show you the central loop here in a second. So here's the first visible satellite of this morning. And here we see this is our Invest 95L coming into view here. You can see it's still pretty broad. Looking a little better organized this morning. We're starting to see convection start to build around this broad center of circulation out here, and this is what we'll be watching for. It's still pretty broad, so when they're this big and broad in circulation, it takes a few days to really get developed. I still don't expect we'll see anything probably develop until Monday. I was thinking Sunday, Monday time frame. I'm thinking more like Monday before we really see a tropical depression out of this system. I'll show you one of the caveats here in a minute here as far as wind shear. Let's look at the water vapor loop here. So here's the water vapor loop, and you can see we have two things here. Still some dry air here to the north of it. It's still in a nice moist envelope here, and it's going to be pretty large, so that should help keep it away from some of this dry air. But then you never know if this dry air could get sucked into the circulation. Another caveat here is this trough starting to move south here. It's going to be a little more wind shear right in this section here, and you can almost see the clouds starting to move to the northeast here. So I'll have to watch this carefully as well to see if it'll inflict any wind shear onto this system as it moves west-northwest, kind of like in this motion, just like this. So we'll have to watch for the wind shear effect there. Looking at the wind shear, we could see this is where the system is now, right in this area here. Wind shear looking pretty good as it moves off to the west-northwest. It has a little bit of easterly shear now. I'll show you that on the close-up set view here. But then we'll have to watch to see if this trough influences any wind shear out of this system. The next 3 or 4 days, we'll have to watch for that. Look at the close-up view here of the system, and here we go. Its center, approximately, this is by the Sims product, it's pretty broad. It's probably all right in this area, right in here. You can see a little bit of easterly wind shear, about 10 to 15 knots. And then again, we'll have to watch for the stronger wind shear that might drop a little south here. So as the system moves here, we'll have to watch to see, will this shear affect it? Right now, most of the models are saying no. They're saying pretty much steady development as it moves into this lower area of wind shear. Next up, we have the model runs. These are the Invest individual model runs. This is 6Z, and you can see everybody's still pushing it out to sea. West-northwest, and then northwest, and then see you later. And that's been pretty much the trend here for most of the models. Intensity models, everybody pushing this basically to a tropical storm within about 48 hours. And you can see the LGEM and the ships well into hurricane range in about 96 hours or so. And that's been, again, still the trend of, with lower wind shear, is picking up this system into a hurricane. All right, now individual models. This is from the Weather Underground. This is just showing you all them plotted up here. The GFS and the GFDL, HWRF, everybody moving this out to sea well east of Bermuda. The only outlier still has been the no gaps model, which basically is just bringing it, it's been basically much slower with this system and brings it farther west. So that's really the only outlier right now with this system. Let me show you some of the individual models. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one for time reasons, but HWRF, and you'll see one trough here, and then the second trough here. So this is what's really going to bring the system, to the northwest and then north. And then finally this last little trough along the east coast will push this system out to sea here. No gaps model, just showing you an outlier here. See, it takes it much slower and pushes it a little farther west. And again, will this system eventually move up to the northwest and then north as this system here? We have this one trough here, and then the second trough off the east coast. Low pressure developing off the New England coast moves northeast. And then again, we'll have to watch our trough split here, see if something develops in the Gulf of Mexico next week and maybe possibly moves west. We'll have to watch that as well. And here we go. Here's the loop of the GFS model. This is from 6Z. You can see getting our system together through early next week, and then again pushing it well east of Bermuda and out to sea. Very consistent with the GFS model. It's been showing this solution forever now. And look, nothing really behind it either, this system. If you notice, GFS not really spinning up anything behind our possible Danielle system. So could stay pretty quiet here across the tropical Atlantic after this system. We'll have to see. Again, development off the East Coast not as strong as it was in previous model runs. So might not get that big nor'easter like we thought we would. But we'll still have to see. It looks like a little closed low will move off the mid-Atlantic coast early next week, and we'll see what happens there. Finally, the Euro model, another flip-flop on the Euro. It was basically showing this kind of solution the whole time. Then yesterday at 12Z, it kind of had a weaker system move west, and everybody got excited there for a moment. For those that want to see a system get closer to the United States, I, for one, don't. I'd rather these all go out to sea. It'd be wonderful. It'll save me a lot of heartache here in Florida. But again, now the Euro's back on board with this thing going out to sea and quickly moves it out to sea. I think this might even be a little too quick, but you could see it right out to sea and see you later. Goodbye. Watch the trough split here just a little bit. You can see trying to bring a system into the Gulf of Mexico here. Kind of weak, but it does show that next week. So again, we'll have to watch that potential as well. That's it for the tropics today. Again, through the weekend, we're going to be watching our Invest 95L. Like I said, I don't really see this really developing into a tropical depression till about Monday. We'll watch it slowly get itself together through the weekend, and then we'll have plenty of time to track it again. Most of the models are showing the system moving well out to sea and not bothering anybody, and hopefully that trend will continue. But again, we don't have a storm developed yet, so we still want to watch this one carefully anyway. That's it for today. I will have another update on the tropics tomorrow morning. Have a good Saturday. Bye-bye.